And this year, 2017, we know at the end of 2016 there was the merger. Legacy, RFA, a lot of great things happening for the developmental scene of mixed martial arts. We have the first event, January 13th, LFA 1, and taking part on that card, joining us right now, a member of Team Alpha Male, but an alpha woman, I guess that's how I would say it, Cynthia Calvillo. Thank you for the time. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me on.
So, growing as a martial artist at a big, nationally recognized, well-known worldwide camp like Team Alpha Male. First off, what was that like for you?
Well, let's see. I came to Team Alpha Male about 3 years ago, and just coming in there and seeing the atmosphere and just like all of the big UFC fighters in there, like Uriah Faber, Chad Mendes, Danny Castillo. It's great. I mean, obviously, whatever your profession is, you want to be around people who inspire you, who've already completed those goals. And so, I couldn't pick a more better place than Team Alpha Male.
And then also with your style, we've seen really a mauling kind of grappler. Has that fit into what they do there at the gym?
Yes, for sure. I mean, definitely, when Team Alpha Male is known for wrestling and just grinding out and ground and pound and, but I feel like I kind of had that base before going to Team Alpha Male, and it's definitely helped me out. I've gotten, 10 times better since then, but my stand-up's definitely come a long way. So, and as you've seen with Cody Garbrandt too, we're not just an all wrestling, gym now. So it's like, that's not all we're going to be known for. Hopefully we're, just the new era, new well-rounded fighters, mixed martial artists.
And 7-1 as an amateur. I believe 2-0 now in this professional run already?
Yes.
Does it feel... What has this ride been like now? We know there was some injuries and some time. What does it feel like now to be able to get going and get this pro run and consistently be active?
I'm just hungry, and that's one of the reasons why I'm so active, because I was on the sideline, for 2.5 years, and, I wanted to make my pro debut 2.5 years ago, but my injuries is what kept it so long. So right now, I'm just hungry. I'm blessed, and I feel blessed to be healthy, so I'm just going to keep lining them up and knocking them out as long as I stay healthy. But for me, I'm ready to, get my name out there and let people know who I am.
Having had injury, has that affected the way you train or things that you do?
I mean, yes, I've definitely just patience and stuff, You always wanting people to be like, they want to say things like, pain is weakness, leaving the body or stuff like that, Sometimes you want to have a certain mentality, but you don't want to take it so literally. Your hard work is just, your recovery is just as important as your hard work. So, for me, I've just become a lot smarter. I feel like, I just train more as a professional athlete, and, when I first got injured, I would just come back too soon and just lack of knowledge, and just figured, I can't wait for the perfect opportunity, but you got to take care of yourself first. And so definitely learned a lot, but I feel good. I'm 100%. I took the time that I needed, and I'm more than ready to, get the show started.
The fight is the easy part. How are you doing on some of these hard parts? I mean, you're going to be on a Legacy Fighting Alliance main card, the first one. You're starting to have more and more media, and you're at a big camp that's used to seeing those things. But how has that personally been for you now?
For me, I mean, it's been good. I'm ready for it. I know that it was going to come at some point. I'm confident in myself. I've been working hard even while I was injured. I knew this time was going to come. So I'm perfectly fine with it. I train with the best team in the world. I knew these opportunities were going to come. I knew that if I stayed healthy and continued fighting, that at some point this was going to come. And I'm more than ready, and I'm happy to do it. I'm not, maybe when I first back then when I was an amateur, I was a little shy and stuff like that about doing interviews, but I feel I'm definitely a lot more comfortable and I'm ready for it.
Now, back before MMA, what were you doing athletically?
Before MMA, I was actually working in the office, doing a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. I was just kind of settling at having like a normal normal life. I never really found my niche. I never really did any sports growing up. I just kind of lived a normal, basic life, and I was always attracted to fighting. So, it's definitely like from who I am to who I was back then to who I am now. Like, if you would have asked the people, my friends, they would have never even told you that. They would never even thought that this is what I would be doing. So it's definitely so far different from being in the office from a 9 to 5.
Well, what was the first fight? Do you remember the first fight you ever saw?
My first fight that I've ever seen, I don't have the first fight that I've ever seen, but I can't remember specifically what was the first fight I ever seen, but the first UFC fight that I ever went to was actually with my brother. I believe it was Dan Hendo versus Shogun. And, dude, it was one of the most amazing fights ever, like, just blew my mind. They're pioneers and and definitely, I'll never forget that. Like, that to me was probably one of the best fights ever, like, of history, Shogun versus Hendo.
And now I'm looking back at your record, and I believe your first amateur fight says somewhere around February of 2012.
Mm-hmm.
When did you get in the gym? How long had you been in the gym before that?
Probably a year. My coaches definitely, when I first the original gym that I started, they definitely just saw it in me right away that I was a natural at it, and they were just like, I was doing competitions. Did my first jiu-jitsu competition 5 months in, against blue belts. I won double gold, and I just didn't even know what to expect. I was just kind of, blindly believing in me, and then like believing in myself, because I didn't realize how serious the competition was, and I just went in there believing in myself, not realizing how much more experience the competition was at 5 months in, but I still pulled it off. So, definitely, something I was a natural at it, so it didn't take very long before I started competing.
You saw that fight. How long did it take after watching to go to the gym? How long did it take?
Well, it just happened to be that it was when I was 23 when I stepped into the gym. It wasn't so much that I was like, oh, I see this fight, and now I'm going to start, fighting. I think I was always attracted to it. My brother, one of my oldest brothers, he did Muay Thai for a little bit. He was into fighting. He used to do WWE. So I used to be their WD ragdoll. So I was always attracted to it. I just never walked into the gym and actually tried it until I was 23 years old.
Well, what led to that? Was there a reason? Was there I'll just finally try it? How'd you choose that gym? What pushed you that way?
Life, man, just not, just realizing how basic and normal my life was at the time. I just wasn't happy where I was at. Just physically and mentally, I wasn't confident, and I just needed something for myself, and I needed to go do something for myself, and I just hit that point, and I walked into that gym, and I never turned back. Like, it was just all meant to be. I went through a lot of shit, growing up, but who doesn't? Who doesn't go through stuff? So I'm not trying to be a victim or anything like that. It's just kind of one of those things where, like, you're going to sit there and feel sorry for yourself, or you're going to get up and do something for yourself and stop crying. So, for me, it was just a turning point, the day that I decided to live for myself and never look back.
What was the first classes then? What did you get into? Was it jiu-jitsu, as you said?
Well, no, I started everything around the same time. It just happened to be that we just had a better structure for jiu-jitsu. As far as MMA, all we did was just, like, kind of spar every day. So we just, like, spar every day, and then I'll do jiu-jitsu, like, some good technical jiu-jitsu, like, the second part, because I would train for about 2 or 3 hours in the evenings after work. So, It all started the same. So pretty much it's just some technical jiu-jitsu and just like good old brawling every day.
So what was that experience like, getting popped for the first time, getting hit in that class scenario while you're going sparring?
Well, the same thing that would happen when my brothers used to hit me. I would cry and try to fight it back. So I would cry and like take it, but then I'd stand up and be like, no, you know. So it's just one of I quickly picked up the name Crybaby, but you know, I never stopped fighting back. You know, so it made me feel alive. Like I remember just like when I first came to Team Alpha after a couple of years and stuff, and just like I would come out of sparring and you'd come out of sparring, and you know, even if I wouldn't win all my rounds, you know, I'd just feel alive. I'd like come out of practice, let the sun hit me right through the mark of the gym. I'm like, man, it feels so great to be alive, like just to feel it. I mean, there's so many people that go through their whole entire life without finding their passion, and so when I got hit in the face or would get beat up, like I'm just like, I feel grateful and blessed. I'm like, dude, I can't believe I get to do this shit right now. You know, this is what I get to do every day. It's amazing.
Is this an unbelievable ride you're on?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, there's nothing like it. There's no high in the world that you can get from fighting. You know, it's like, yeah, it takes your team to get you ready and prepared, but then once you're in there and you fight, and like there's no more purest form of combat, you know, and just like competitiveness is just you and another person, and you know, the better person wins at the end of it all, you know. So it's just great. It's an amazing feeling.
Then talking about amazing things you're around, someone you already mentioned won a world title really recently, and I don't even know the guy, and I can't stop talking about how amazing his performance was. So from your perspective, what was that like watching your teammate Cody Garbrandt achieve that UFC title?
Dude, it was unreal. I mean, I've never cried before in a fight. I mean, besides my own at the end when I'm done, if I'm not happy about my performance. But I've never cried watching somebody else fight. And when Cody Garbrandt was done with his fight, I couldn't help it. Like, you know, just seeing this guy, you know, for many years and just, you know, work up to this day for finally to come. He works so hard. He's definitely one of the hardest working guys in the gym. He's an amazing athlete, you know, and he's a great person to be around. He's very, very supportive and very humble. You know, he's always, one of the things I'm very thankful about is, like, he's always pushed me, you know, inside the gym, and he's always, like, you know, promoted me and really believes in me, and that means a lot to me, especially coming from somebody like him. Like, he definitely deserves to be there, and he's definitely going to be a champion for a very long time. I truly believe that.
And I believe you were there live in the building at the T-Mobile Arena. What was that atmosphere like?
It was insane. The crowd, of course, we had half Cruz, half Cody, and it was just crazy, just his overall performance. Like, I knew he was going to beat him, but his performance was just unbelievably insane. You know, him doing the burpees, the rolladas, dancing around, just out cruising Cruz. You know, who does that? Like, you've never seen anybody do that to Cruz ever. And so it was unbelievable. It kind of almost seemed like a surreal, you know, it was a dream. It was a dream, but it was real. So it was crazy. I couldn't even explain it.
And a couple weeks earlier from even that was an even, I'd call it kind of bigger event almost for your team. Well, Cody won a world title. I can't call it bigger, but for the whole team as a whole, the event in Sacramento, being there, seeing Hector Sandoval, Josh Emmett get their wins, and watching Uriah Faber go out on top with a victory. Can you describe to us what that night was like?
I mean, it was great. Obviously, we were, we all love Faber, and we still, he's still going to be here around the gym. As a matter of fact, he's still as active as he was before, he retired. He's still in the gym there, except, he doesn't have that, like, pressure of his mind of, like, having to fight to get ready. But he's always been an active fighter, so, like, for us, it's not like, oh, we're not going to see him, it's going to be sad, It's going to suck not seeing him, perform consistent, be an active fighter. But it was an amazing night, just watching Josh Emmett too. He's an amazing athlete, definitely a champion contender that's on his way. Like, we got a lot of guys in here that are just, it's pretty insane. We have a pretty special thing going on here at the gym, and even Hector Sandoval, he's an amazing athlete. He's been waiting for the UFC call for a long time already, and I wish hopefully one day I can be a part of the Sacramento card along, hopefully, next to Josh Emmett, Paige Vanzant or Cody Garbrandt. It'd be amazing to be a part of that. But being there for Faber and having his last fight and him coming out on top the way that he did, we couldn't have asked for a better night. Unfortunately we came up short on Paige, but we believe, she's young. She's got a lot to learn, and she'll be back stronger for sure.
And what is it like having Paige Vanzant as, I believe you two are main sparring partners for each other?
Yes, it's great. I mean, she's an amazing athlete, an amazing dancer. Obviously, she's pretty busy because she's more of a bit of a superstar, probably a little bit more busier than actually most of the guys on our team. So, I get to work with her as much as I can whenever she has her fights whenever she has her fights scheduled in. But it's great. It's obvious. It's great having her there, and just motivates me to hopefully get to a position where she's at one day.
And then, what would you, as somebody that's been in the team, in the camp, what would you think of the potential of the Cody TJ title fight?
Ooh, that's definitely going to happen, and it's going to be one hell of a fight, that's for sure. I think one of the most things that are going to be very apparent is, what happens when you leave Team Alpha Male, and you're going to get your outcome.
Ooh, interesting stuff.
TJ got the belt with us. He lost it once he left. Now we got the belt back. So, the proof is in the pudding. So, it is what it is.
And now for you, as you're looking to continue your growth as a martial artist, where have you really been focusing on over these last couple months?
For me, because most of my fights have been, obviously just ground and pound is what I really, really enjoy doing. That I can do that with my eyes closed, just go for a takedown and ground and pound. But I've been working on my stand-up extensively for the last couple, 2 years, just being there even while I was injured. So, I'm excited just to let my hands go a little bit more. We kind of seen a little bit of it last fight. But I think that for sure, the next couple fights, my stand-up's going to shine a lot.
With where you like, is there a specific place where you like to get off with your ground and pound? Do you like a certain position over any others? Some people I know favor half guard versus side control. Some people don't like mount because they get rolled over or buck too easy.
Yeah, personally, I like half guard for sure. You just keep them, flying them down, and just drop down the elbows. I love elbows. I love back and try. I just like making people feel miserable. So any way that I can hold them down where they're not moving and I'm just dropping bows down is my favorite position.
So you're looking to be one of those fighters that the commentator is going and they're going to be like, Cynthia is really embracing the grind here, putting her opponent through it.
Yeah, no, I want to make my opponents feel miserable, pretty much like where they don't want to be in there with me, so, or make them feel restrained where they can't move and just feel helpless. That's the kind of style that I do enjoy, but definitely grinding them out.
So is there, when it comes to fight week or fight time, a mental switch for you, or is this just when it's fight time you get to bring out this inner violence? I'm focused, but I'm also enjoying it because I know that all the hard work is done. The hardest part obviously is training. Fights are hard. Fights are going to be hard. Mentally you go in there and you got to be 100% mental and mentally prepared. But I'm happy. I'm excited. There's no reason why I shouldn't have an answer for whatever that person, whatever my opponent has for me. How long has it taken to build up this mental toughness, this tenacity?
It's taken probably since the beginning of all the things that I've been through, and even this injury, me sitting down on the sidelines has definitely forced me to be patient and just kind of just really focus and also having the people around me and being at such an elite gym. I have so much confidence in my preparation, and I'm confident. I'm happy that I'm around the right people, and I don't really have anything to really stress out about. I'd be stressing if I didn't train, but I train at the best gym in the world, so pretty confident about that.
The New Year's a little bit behind us, but I'm going to ask you, any specific New Year's goals or anything for this year?
I mean, this year, like I said, I'm just ready to let my plan, my goal is to let the whole world know who I am. Like, I just need to come out there from the left field and be like, well, out there from the left field and be like, whoa, where does Strawweight come from? I want a lot of people to know who I am by the end of the year, and hopefully I'll be in the UFC, making waves. I'm ready.
Your opponent's Montana Stewart. Everybody knows her by now. They've seen her get submitted. It's been out there. But what a lot of people don't realize is that she was on a 6-fight win streak. What do you see as the most dangerous aspect of this fight?
I mean, she's a wrestler, jiu-jitsu. She's kind of, obviously has that grappling background. We were actually supposed to fight each other, I think, when she was maybe 3-2 or 4-2 or something of that sort. So it was right before I got injured, and so she continued on, and she racked up all these wins. So, I know she's a well-rounded fighter, but I just feel like I'm going to be better than her in every area. I'm just ready, and, I just, like I said, a lot of my confidence comes from my team and from having my sparring partners, and I just don't think that she trains with anybody at high level as the people that I train with every day.
Cynthia Calvillo, I got to thank you for the time, and last but not least, let you shout out and thank whoever you needed to.
All right, thank you so much for having me. First and foremost, I would like to thank all my friends and family and all of my sponsors, everybody that's had my back since day one and stayed with me from all the ups and downs, and I'm really appreciated, and I'm hoping I can make all of you guys proud today.
Legacy Fighting Alliance 1. If you can be there live at the Bomb Factory in Dallas, Texas. If not, tune into Access TV for the main card. There'll be more DC Life Uncensored in just a moment.